Do you know, the really funny thing was, when we turned up in Tenerife, I think was our first day, it's been nearly 10 years, you know, since we've made a Bourne film. It felt like we'd literally finished last week and here we were again. It was the most bizarre thing. And it was lovely. You know, we had a lot of fun on this film. It was hard work, and we did a lot of travelling, and there were a lot of problems to solve, but it was fun and exhilarating and, you know, as ever, you know, when you make a film, you want around you your people you can trust and people who you want to be in a trench with, you know, when it's really intense and the pressure's on. And there's no better colleague than Matt, you know, no better friend and colleague. It was absolutely exciting to see suddenly, oh, there's Jason Bourne. You know what I mean? He's back. And he has a look when he does Jason Bourne. You know, it's a kind of intensity about him and a physicality. So that was really exciting. But then over the next few days, as I say, I could see this sort of different colours to him. There was a sort of more humanity to the character, I think, and he kind of brought a quality of vulnerability mixed with that kind of incredible physical skill set. And it just made it inspiring to come to work every day. It's a very special franchise to me, obviously. And I think it's very well loved because it is, in those sort of mainstream movies, he's a slightly different character. He's a unique character. You know, Jason Bourne isn't a superhero. He doesn't wear a cape and a mask. He's not one of those kind of guys. He's just an ordinary man, you know. And I think when people watch Jason Bourne, they can imagine how they might react in those situations, in those circumstances. And when you see him thinking his way through and coming up with a plan and executing his plan, that's incredibly exciting. But I think it's not just that, it's the vulnerability of the character, the humanity of the character, and the fact that he's in many ways lost and lonely and vulnerable and on his own and an outsider, but yet he lives by his own moral code in a fallen world, you know. And I think that combination makes him an incredibly a much loved character. You know, people really relate, everyone can relate to that character, someone who rejects the system but yet has loyalty in his heart. You know, that's the point. It's not that he rejects the system and wants to break it down. He's really the most loyal, patriotic character born. He just views the world as fallen, and his destiny is always to have to try and find ways to put it right as best he can. That's great.